Last night, the Eagles won. We're in first place. But listen, all W's ain't written the same. It wasn't beautiful, but we're going to get into it. You know what time it is. Let's go.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, a.k.a. Philly Fresco, and we back. It's Philly the podcast. You know I got my boy Brandon here with me. You know,
gotta come post-game.
Victory Monday ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Without my homeboy, I gotta have him in here. So you saw the intro. You saw the title. Listen, we won. It's a beautiful feeling to be a winner. But like I said in the intro, all W's are not written the same. This does not feel that good. All right. I want to start with the positives because there are positives to take from this. I want to start with the defense. The defense played the way they were supposed to play against a bad offense. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm not going to go crazy. I did say that TJ Edwards was going to have a big game. I feel as though he did. I feel as though he really
That's
did.
one of the names I'm about to bring up.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about him. Other than that, like I said, even when Darius Slay went down, we had some guy named Jaquette or something like that, and he held his own. We didn't let them score a touchdown. And I'm happy about that. So how did you feel about the defense? We'll start there.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on kind of like on the linebackers all season. But one linebacker that I feel like at least has played well enough to be a starter is TJ Edwards. And last night, I mean, he was all over the place. He had 12 total tackles plus a sack fumble toward the end of the game. He was all over the place. I think the second person below him was Singleton with 7 tackles. So he was 5 above Singleton, and then everyone else was
too. I said TJ Edward and Singleton. I love those guys. But go ahead.
They're good. The thing is that I'm not a big fan of Duke Riley. Something about him, maybe it's the blonde hair. I don't know. I'm just not a fan. That's why I keep saying we need to trade for these linebackers. And I see Quan Alexander going to the Saints. I see Williamson from the Jets going. I already forgot where he went, but
who was it? Yeah,
I already forget. But needless to say, linebackers are going every direction outside of Philly. They're not coming to Philly.
Steelers. There we go.
The Steelers, yeah, because they're. I think Devin Bush got hurt, so they're replacing him. But I mean, we still have till tomorrow at 4:00. But I would love to see at least one more addition. But needless to say, the defense played well last night, the way that you expected them to play. Even when they drove down to, I think they got to the red zone once. And we were able to get that huge. They tried to do another gadget play. Got Wilson on the reverse, and Fletcher Cox knocked them back out of field. I mean, knocked them way back out of the red zone, where Greg Zuerlein kicked a crazy ball. But it is what it is. But I'll take it. Like Nate was saying yesterday, it was going to be the Greg Zuerlein show, where he thought it was going to be 15. It almost was. If he didn't miss that one, it would have been at least 12.
With that said, a lot of people were saying, he had great play calls for Dallas, this, that. No, that was not. That was desperation. That's what that is called.
That was the bottom of the barrel.
Seriously, if I would have saw Doug Peterson calling those plays, I would have been tight. And to be honest with you, in the first half, I feel like that's what Doug was doing. I feel like they were going tit for tat with weird, we don't need to run gadget plays. Our quarterback is not a 7th round rookie. You know what I'm saying? Let's play some football here. We were killing them with the run, you know what I'm saying? And then I don't know what happened. It just became really gadgety. You know what I'm saying?
Boston Scott, he had 45 yards on his first 3 carries. And we just never really ran. Yeah, he touched the ball, I think around 15 times or something like that.
And that's nothing.
That's nothing, but within 3 carries, he has 45 yards, and then you start passing, and then once fumbles, and then you're bringing Clement in. Why not just keep handing the ball off and see what happens?
Exactly.
If you punt that drive, then you punt that drive. Or if it's 3rd and 2, then try something. But you don't need to get away from something that's working.
Exactly. We had almost 100 yards in the halftime and just rushing.
Right.
And we just, like you said, we just went right away from it. But that's the story of Doug Peterson this year. I mean, really his whole career with us. I feel like once something starts working, he goes away from it. But on the offensive side, to stay on the offensive side, we have to be happy about Travis Fulgham. I mean, the kid is a stud. That boy, man, some of the plays that he made is just yes. Thank you. Finally. I mean, Rager looked okay. Rager looked like he was getting into the swing of things. Goddard was a non-factor for most of the game. But Fulgham, that guy is a GOAT. And I'm happy that he's in Philly, man. You know, he's only on a 1-year deal. We have exclusive rights to him next year. So it will be kind of interesting to see what we do as far as a contract with him, because we have to extend him. There's really no, if, ands, or buts about it. But what do you think about Fulgham? What stood out to you with him?
I think just the ability to get open. Yeah, I think there was a play last week where the ball went through his hands, like in the end zone. It was like one of those, like, if he would have caught it, it would have been beautiful. But he ended up missing it. It is what it is. I'm not going to complain. The guy has pretty much caught almost everything that he's gotten his hands on. But even just the play that got the touchdown, he comes up on Trayvon Diggs. He's doing his little stutter, and then he's able to break loose and get past him. And all it took was those 1 or 2 steps of getting past Diggs for Carson to lay his 1 out of like 3 good passes last night into his hands. Travis, it's exciting to see. We haven't had a wide receiver that we can be excited about. I mean, yeah, Alshon might have been that dude a couple of seasons ago, but at least the last 2 seasons, we haven't really had that guy that we can just like be excited, and whenever he caught the ball, just be cheerful about it.
Yeah, you know, like I said, I feel like watching some of the plays that he did, his first step is so much quicker than I think people give him credit for. Right. But, you know, just watching some of the plays that he made, you see a lot of Alshon in him, but you also see a lot of, you know, speedy type receiver attributes, you know what I mean? With the quick stutter steps, with the quick moves.
Right.
I think there's stuff that he can work on. I think there's stuff that everybody can work on, obviously.
For sure.
But I am through the roof and beyond proud of, you know, what he's been able to do in the 4 games that he's been playing with us.
Yeah, I mean, within that time frame, he's had like 435 yards. He's had a touchdown in each game, minus the Giants game. He's really flourished. I mean, you gotta hope that Wentz continues this going with him, at least. We'll talk about Wentz in a minute, but hopefully they can work out a way where he's only a second-year player, so maybe we can get him on a contract for maybe 2 years or 3 years at a reasonable rate. I don't see him really going to go try to get DeAndre Hopkins money or anything like that, but hopefully he's reasonable and his agent's reasonable, that they're like, all right, maybe we'll give you a 2-year contract and to really prove yourself, and hopefully we can keep him for a couple more years.
Yeah, the good thing about the exclusivity is that he can't really – he can say no, but he can't go anywhere else and bargain. Like, it's not a free agent. Like, he can't go to the Bills and be like, you know, what would you give me? He's really got our deal or nothing at this point, to be honest, which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. We would have to just outright say we're not going to pick him up for him to be able to go seek other contracts. So we do have the, you know, cards on our table, but this is one guy that we've been looking for a wide receiver for so long. Do not mess this up. Don't try to, you know, give him a one year, $1 million contract just because, you know, you got exclusives. Like, let's give him a real contract. Like you said, be reasonable and try and lock him up for a while, because if he can grow with Carson or whoever may be our quarterback in the next coming years, that's what we want. We need a young, and our wide receiving core is very young right now. So
it's exciting.
Let's switch to we were talking about some good positives. That's 2 positives, right? People can't be mad at us for saying this now.
Like you said in the beginning, not every win is a good win. So
hey, but you know, man, Carson. You know, Carson. That was let me just vent for a second. That was probably the worst game I've ever seen him play. And if you look at who it was against, that's what makes it even worse. Like, I understand that the Cowboys are a rival. I understand that it's always going to be a tough game. Their defense is non-existent. Their defense is not good. And we made them look decent. We made Trayvon Diggs look like a Pro Bowl cornerback. You know, and Carson just looked terrible. He made that defensive line look good. He made those pass rushers that haven't been able to get off blocks look good. It was just, and then the pass, I understand the win. You know what I'm saying? I understand some things, you know, just don't go your way. The fumble was all on Carson. Mm-hmm. Both interceptions, in my opinion, were both on Carson. Bad decisions, in my opinion. Yeah, John Hightower could have maybe tracked the ball better, maybe this, maybe that, but you just don't throw that ball. I'm sorry, you just don't throw that ball. Obviously, that the interception to Rager, that was a double team, terrible decision, terrible throw. Obviously, that fumble that I said, just holding the ball up, waiting for somebody to come grab it. And you can just go down the list of bad plays. Whether even Dinucci threw the ball away. You know what I mean? Even Dinucci threw the freaking ball away. So there's no rhyme or reason. There's no excuse for what we saw out of Carson Wentz. Play calling to me was not terrible. The play calls were not horrible. Not every single one. I'm sure we can nitpick a play or two. But for the most part, it wasn't horrible. And I'm not going to put this on Doug. It was terrible decision-making time and time again. And it's something that we've been seeing for this whole year, realistically. Sometimes he has a good second half, you know what I'm saying? But the first half, especially, he's been terrible. You know what I'm saying? So I've been on the train of saying, at least put Hurts in for the first half if Carson isn't even going to show up, you know what I mean? But let me hear what you think. You're a more level-headed person. So,
a little bit, yeah.
I jump off the bridge quick.
I've been a big defender of Carson, even the last couple of years when people keep saying all these like little things, oh, he's not good and stuff. I've been on like the defend Carson wave, kind of like a Dan Orlovsky. But like Dan has said even today, is that he's making bonehead moves. And it's not that we expect the quarterback to be perfect every game. If you play like this and we're playing like, let's say the Ravens 2 weeks ago, then I see it because the Ravens have a good defense. Or when you're playing the Steelers that have like the number one defense and they're coming after you, they're sacking you, they're making you throw passes you wouldn't normally do. I get it. But for the first fumble, that was completely Carson. He was out of the pocket. They flipped the camera and you saw nobody in the area. And he should have thrown that away. That's easy. That's number one. He should have done that. Number two, the second fumble, we weren't going to get it anyways. I don't know what Doug was thinking. I don't know what Carson was thinking, running to the line with 4 seconds left and setting hike. Why not just call timeout in that, get a play, and just call it how you see it? You can read the defense and change it up if need be. They didn't. Wolf Hunter, Van Der Esch comes through the middle, pops him, fumble. And then that first interception to Hightower, I think that was the first one. It was the right throw on the wrong day. If it's not windy as hell, when every fan can see the flags looking like they're about to fly off the poles, you just don't throw a ball like a duck and it's like the wind's going to take it. Yeah, kickers know this. And he threw it like a Russell Wilson, how Russell Wilson throws that rainbow throw. Mm-hmm. That's what he did. Maybe on a perfect night, that could have hit him more toward the middle of the field where Hightower was leaning toward, because I don't think there was a safety over the top. But the ball carried. Trayvon Diggs had a great catch. And then the Rager one, I don't even know what he saw. That was just like something you throw in Madden as a Hail Mary for hopes that something happens. It was off target.
And my thing with Wentz is you have talent. We know you have talent, man. We know you have talent. And I will never, ever sit here and say that he's trash, cut him, this, that. What I'm saying is this boy needs to wake up because he's doing be held accountable. Much. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like Doug coddles him.
I feel like we this is going to be an unpopular opinion. I might cut it out before we put the video out.
No.
But I feel like this new generation of Eagles fans, man, y'all soft, man. I'm sorry. Every single time we bring up something, and I'm saying this as all content creators, you look at any content creator, as soon as they say something that is like something's wrong with this team and points a finger at Wentz, for some reason, oh, you're ungrateful. Oh, you don't know football. You don't know what's going on. You just saying stuff. You're just upset. Like,
imagine if this was McNabb.
Thank you. I was just going to say, understand, I went through at least 10 years of people talking junk about Donovan McNabb if he had one bad play, never mind one bad season. You know what I'm saying? People booed McNabb when he got drafted. People wanted McNabb gone after his rookie season because he played terribly. Wentz is in his 5th year playing worse than McNabb played in his rookie year. Let's be honest. Let's stop saying, oh, you don't know football. Oh, we don't deserve Wentz because we're ungrateful. No, we are football fans. We watch the same thing you watch, and we're not making excuses. That's my thing. Like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people that need to be held accountable, you know what I'm saying, for the whole season. But last night, we didn't win that game because of Carson Wentz. We won it in spite of Carson Wentz.
We were playing Dinucci, if the sidearm king, the guy threw sidearm like 80% of the time. But like if he was competent enough and was a decent quarterback, at least in that, maybe he needs more reps or he's just not an NFL quarterback. It's just we would have lost the game. If Dak was in the game, we would have lost that game. There's no way that we could turn the ball over 4 times when we have. Yeah, we're playing the Giants after the bye week, but then we have the Browns, we have the Seahawks, we have the Saints, we have the Cardinals. We have these teams that are winning, and we can't. Carson has to be held accountable. I don't want to hear, oh, I got to look in the mirror. Oh, I got things I can work on. I know I can do better. Prove it.
You know, and it's a scary thing because it's like I feel like we are in a situation where we have to see how it plays out. And like I said, I'm not saying cut him. Right. I am like leaning towards like sending a message.
A punishment. You know, he might need a punishment. He needs to go to the corner.
Yeah, it's so hard to say that though, because it's like if we lose a game because Carson Wentz is not in there, and then we don't make the playoffs, because to me, I don't care if we're 4-11 and 1. You know what I'm saying? I want to make the playoffs. That's my goal. I really don't care.
I hear that. Point. Yeah,
I don't even know.
And you never know. You're 0-0 in the playoffs.
So like, I just can't I can't put myself in that position to be like, let's look at I just can't. There's too much football left. So if we lost the game because Carson wasn't in there, I would feel like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Saying that we should. Right. But something has to be done. Like you said, people have to be held accountable. And like nobody, we just keep getting the same song and dance. Oh, we have to do better. We have to execute. I have to make better decisions. Do it. Yeah, I think
Nike, do it.
Seriously. I think every Eagles fan is so tired of hearing that mantra of we have to be better. We have to, it's like rinse on, wax on, wax off, wax on. Like, just do it. Get better. Right. Everybody, please. We know what we have.
And that's what I mean. That's why we talked about the defense first, because at the end of the day, the game is a team sport. So, like you said, not every win is a beautiful win. You got some ugly wins, but the defensive players get paid too, and you have to give them some credit. They killed it last night. Granted, it was against Dinucci, but they still held, I think, Amari Cooper to like 2 catches, maybe 1, 2 catches. CeeDee Lamb didn't do anything. You got to give them credit for that. So,
either way, it is what it is. Listen. We are Eagles fans. We love our team. We want our team to do the best that it possibly can. We are not saying we hate Carson Wentz. I don't know how people equate that to, but either way, we're not saying that. We're saying that we saw a game that he probably played his worst football in.
Right.
And we can't have that happen again. So we want him held accountable.
At the end of the day, victory Monday. Hey, we'll take it. Going into the bye, 2 wins in a row, get healthy. Got the Giants to really warm up and everything like that and get ready for a pretty long stretch of good games, or tough teams, I should say.
Yeah, man. Listen, man, we're going to win. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get these W's. I just want them to be prettier. Yeah, I mean, if we're going to eat these W's, it got to be some pretty W's. I'm all about presentation.
Let's go.
Other than that, y'all know what time it is. Let's fly, Eagles fly, and we are out here. Peace.